G'day everyone, welcome back to the PokeStray YouTube channel. I'm Jordan Manford, and today we take a look at Trevenant BREAK Wobbuffet. This is an item lock deck which is very powerful and can be very quick. We'll have to test it out today to see if we can set that up. So I'm just going to quickly flick through to this Trevenant with the Forest Curse ability. As long as this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, your opponent can't play any items from his or her hand. So this is the main focus of this deck, is to stop your opponent from being able to play item cards as soon as possible. It's also got the nice Tree Slam attack, which does 60 and 20 to 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Nice to spread some damage around. We then also get the benefits of Trevenant BREAK, which is right here, which has the Silent Fear attack. Put 3 damage counters on each of your opponent's Pokemon. Both of these have some really nice attacks, but the item lock is really what makes this deck strong, because you can potentially item lock first turn through either the effects of Phantom here with the Ascension attack, which allows you to search your deck for a Pokemon that evolves into this Pokemon and evolve it. So this is what you want to use if you're going second. If not, we do play 3 Wally in here. You have to play a heavy counter, in my opinion, just to get, well, that's a Wobbuffet, just to get the first turn Phantom going. So we play the 3 Wally, which just allows us to evolve straight away and get our item lock going. We then also play the 2 Wobbuffet here. If your hand's not the best, Wobbuffet can be a really good starter, especially if you're going second. That's what I would recommend if you are going second. Start with Wobbuffet, that way your opponent can't use Shaman or anything, and you kind of lock them down on that front. We then play 2 Shaman EX ourselves, just to draw support, and it's really good. Moving on to item cards, we've got 2 Battle Compressors. We really just use these to discard things like Wallies or Sycamores or something to get them back with VSC, because that's the main concept behind Battle Compressor. Battle Compressor is an insane card in this format. I love playing it. I've played it in almost every single deck. It's fantastic. Play 1 Level Ball just to get out the Phantoms as soon as possible, get them down on the field. 3 Trainer's Mail, because I can't fit 4 in here as much as I would like to. There's so many great trainer cards that you can get with this, so Trainer's Mail is good to have. 4 Ultra Ball just to drop our hand, grab Shamans, search for anything, any of our Trevenant line or our Wobbuffet. 4 VS Seekers, that's pretty standard. We play 1 AZ, 2 Lysander, 1 Birch, and 1 Xerosic, kind of our tech supporters, I guess. AZ just allows us to pick up Shaman and reuse it. Lysander to bring up the things that have got damage on them from Silent Fear, then we can Tree Slam them. Such as if you Silent Fear twice, you can then Lysander up a Shaman and Tree Slammer for the knockout. Then play the 1 Birch's Observations, just for draw support. Xerosic is really a big card in the current format. I think a lot of, and probably every deck needs to play 1 copy of Xerosic, just to get rid of things like Double Dragon off of a Giratina, or Double Colors from a Night Marcher, or get rid of a Fighting Fury Belt, Bursting Balloon, whatever it is. Xerosic's very helpful. 4 Sycamore, because it's the best draw support. 3 Wally, as I said, because you really want to get first turn Trevenant. Moving on, we play 3 Dimension Valley. This makes our Silent Fear attack only cost 1 energy, and our Tree Slam attack costs 2. So Dimension Valley is really good in here, just to have the less energy attack costs. 4 Bursting Balloon. I don't know if this is really high or not. I don't know how many the usual list plays. I like playing 4 though, just a bit more consistent. But it also means I lose room for cards like Eco Arm playing 4. Excuse me. I think the majority of the decks play 3 maybe, and then the 1 Eco Arm. I just decided to go straight out Bursting Balloon, play 4, play 2 Floatstone as well, just to chuck on these Wobbuffets or even Trevenants, and 2 Headringers. I would like to put in an Eco Arm somewhere, so maybe I'll fiddle with the deck after, put in an Eco Arm, because it's really good to have just to reshuffle your Bursting Balloons. But I don't really think you ever need more than the 4, so we'll have to find out today. As I said, 2 Floatstones, usually on the Wobbuffets, but they can go into Trevenants just to retreat, give free retreat, like if they try and Lysander around you. And the 2 Headringers is to stop Shaman from looping Sky Return to kill us, because that is a legitimate way this deck can lose, is just if your opponent just uses Shaman and Sky returns for 30 each turn. Our energies, we play 7 Psychic Energies, just because we need Psychic Energy to attack. 1 Double Colors, just in case we miss the Dimension Valley or something, we can Tree Slam for that. So that's my Trevenant deck. We're going to jump in and have a couple of games with it. Alrighty, here we go, and I think we're going up against the Vileplume Vespiquen deck, so this really means that we have to go first, or my opponent misses first on item lock. This is really one of the deck's toughest matchups is Vileplume Vespiquen. If you don't go first, you really need to get first on item lock. Here we go, we're going first, which is great. So we really want to aim to get first on item lock, because then it's very difficult for Vileplume Vespiquen to get their item lock going. So here we go, we're going to start with Phantom, and we get the stuff that we want to see. Yeah, this is fine. My opponent's not going to be able to get all their stuff going this turn. We've got the Wally in hand, we've got a Battle Compressor, we can get a Sycamore, so we're going to be pretty good. And then oh no, this is not Vileplume Vespiquen. It is a Vileplume deck. It's Vileplume Sceptile, we'll have to see how that goes. So we can Battle Compressor. We will drop just a Sycamore, I think, maybe even a Lysander. Yeah, we'll get rid of Lysander as well, just in case we want to play it. I can VS Seeker now. We'll grab the Sycamore and the Lysander back, just in case we do somehow get item locked. And then we can just Wally and grab our Trevenant and pass. So that's going to be our turn. Hopefully our opponent can't get this Sceptile going and knock us out as soon as possible, as soon as they can. So we can Wally now, get the Trevenant going. Next turn I got this Sycamore, which is fantastic. Alrighty, so we'll Wally, grab a Trevenant. We do have one in hand, so it means we have one prized. There we go, there's our first turn Trevenant, item locking our opponent. And now what does my opponent have to answer here? This is really tough, a really tough position. There's no way they can get a Unseen Claw unless they have like Switch, Hex, Max Elixir, and Grass Energy. That's what they need to get the... Oh, they're just going to go for the Sleep Poison here. That's it. No, they don't even poison me. That's great. So we draw into another Psychic Energy. I could Lysander this turn and just go for the knockout, but I think we'll go for the Sycamore. Just a bit better, just to get some more things down onto the field, like a Phantom there. We get a Bursting Balloon, which really says to my opponent, well, go ahead and hit me. I think I'll Silent Fear this turn just so I can potentially set up for a knockout on this thing as well. So we'll put down the Bursting Balloon. I won't play any of this just because I really don't need to at this point. So we can Silent Fear, putting 30 onto the two Pokemon here. Actually, you know what I probably should have done then was Tree Slam, just because Oddish does only have... I don't think it matters, actually. No, I don't regret my decision. It's fine. We should be able to... well, no. Now I do. Well, actually, how much HP does this thing have? 80 HP. We're going to see the Lysander here, meaning they can now play their items. But we do have Ultra Ball to get Trevenant, and potentially float... Well, actually, they're going to knock me out, so that doesn't even matter. Alrighty, so there we go. They're going to knock me out. Here we go. Going back to our Trev. We do lose our Bursting Balloon. I could get another Trevenant going this turn if I want to. I don't really think I do want to. We'll grab the Bursting Balloon. Well, actually, you know what? I doubt my opponent's... No, we're just going to go for the Birch's Observations, I think, just because I really don't want to discard another Sycamore and a Wally. So we'll go for the Birch's Observations. Hopefully we do hit the heads. So we can Ultra Ball now. We can get rid of... I think Xerosic and a Psychic Energy. And I'm gonna actually grab a Wobbuffet here. And the reasoning for this is because soon I'll be able to get a knockout on this thing pretty easily. And then we can Silent Fear. Alrighty. So unfortunately I don't have a good support for next turn. Maybe I could have probably gone Shame in there. That probably would have been a bit better of an option. This has got 60 on it, so there's Forest of Giant Plants, so do we have the... Well, if we can put this thing into the active, then we won't be item locked anymore, so that's one positive to come from Wobbuffet as well, is the fact that we can get around Vileplume's item lock, whereas my opponent can't really get around this. I was going to see a Giovanni Scheme to draw 4 cards. Another Oddish coming down. I think I'm just going to keep up with my Silent Fear. I don't think I'll go for the Tree Slam just yet. Let's see, the Shaman to draw 3. Yeah, definitely think Silent Fear at this point is a bit better, just spreading more damage around. My opponent, if they decide to attack, is going to take 60 damage. If they do attack me, then I'll probably just Tree Slam just to get the knockout. They decide not to attack me. We see a Phantom, we can get that. I don't really know where I want to put this energy. I'm just going to go for a Wally here, just to stop my opponent from Lysandering this thing up. So here we go, here's our Wally, onto the Trevenant. I think I may actually hold on to this energy, just to see where to put it, because I'm not too sure at this point. I'm just going to go for another Silent Fear. 30 onto everything. So how much do we have over here? 90. Alrighty, so let's see what my opponent has to respond to this. Basically, I'm just kind of waiting for them to either, I don't know, knock me out, or I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure really what I'm waiting for, because next turn I could potentially use Wobbuffet to get a knockout if I really wanted to. I could AZ this thing, and if I hit the Dimension Valley, put that down, and I could knock out the Skeptile, which is really their only means of energy at the moment. We're just going to see the Unseen Claw for 60 damage. We do draw a VA Seeker. So maybe that's not a bad... actually, no, it is a pretty bad choice because I don't have the Dimension Valley. If I had Dimension Valley down, I would be able to pick up this Trevenant, stopping it from being knocked out. Unfortunately, I would lose the energy though, but I think what I'm going to do is just go for a Silent Fear once again, take a knockout on the Oddish, and spread some more damage. As you can see, my opponent is definitely trying to set up for this Shaman style tactic, so I need to get Wobbuffet into the active and get Headringer onto that thing as soon as possible. So, if my opponent does this... just really wish I had a Dimension Valley right now. Yeah, all I need is to get Wobbuffet into the active and throw down a Dimension Valley. Would be nice as well. And put a Headringer on those Shamans. Alright, so my opponent's just going to Unseen Claw me again. Alrighty, so I see another Wobbuffet. I think I actually want to go for the knockout this turn. I can take a pretty nice prize card turn right now. If we go Psychic down here, Shaman is going to be able to come up and attack me, so what I'm going to do is Tree Slam, getting the knockout, putting 20 onto this and 20 onto that one there. Alrighty, so now I really am forcing my opponent to have a lot of stuff because I'm taking 3 prize cards this turn. I didn't really want to put the damage onto the Shaman just because I know it's going to get Sky Returned. So, here we go. This is a big turn for me. Trevenant's going down, that's fine. We'll be able to... Well... They're going to need another bench Pokemon. If they knock me out, I should be able to find the stuff necessary to knock out that Oddish. And my opponent concedes. Alrighty, so let's jump into game number 2 with this Trevenant BREAK deck. So that just shows, even in the item lock mirror match, we still have quite the advantage, especially through things such as Wobbuffet. We can get the edge. Alrighty. Game number 2 is Trevenant BREAK. And here we go. My opponent is calling the flip. And we're going to win the coin flip here, so we would like to go first, yes. So we're going to start with a Phantom. Unfortunately, past that we don't really have much. Of course, I'm going first, so I can't even Ascension straight away. So this really isn't a good position. Depending on what my opponent is playing, if I can top deck even like a VS Seeker and Ultra Ball, we might be okay. My opponent's playing Night March, so this is really not my ideal start. I'm in a really bad position straight away. I'm going to Battle Compressor. I'm going to get rid of one Wally, and then I'm just going to Sycamore. Headringers are pretty useless here in this situation. So now that my opponent knows what they're playing, they're able to play around my deck. I don't play any Judge or something. Maybe that wouldn't be a bad addition. They are playing the Vespiquen line as well, so we'll have to see how we go. We get the Wobbuffet. Unfortunately, I didn't get the Float Stone, which is really what I wanted here. I'm just going to put the energy down into the Wobbuffet, I think, because this is likely to be knocked out. I'm going to Battle Compressor once again, and I'm just going to get rid of Xerosic. Yep, and then I'm going to Shaman to draw 3, because I really want to get another Phantom into play. this turn if possible, just to have a next turn Trevenant. Alrighty, so we're going to draw 3 cards, and we get Level Ball, we get Ultra Ball, we get the Trainer's Mail. I still might be able to pull off the Floatstone here. I really want to get Wobbuffet into the active to stop them from being able to spam Shamans down. So we'll get the Phantom, we can Trainer's Mail. We're looking for the Floatstone, we'll take a... We won't take anything here. I also kind of regret playing the Dimension Valley. That is not something you should do in the Night March match, is play Dimension Valley, just because they also get access to it. We're going to grab another Shaman here. Still just trying to dig for a way to get my Phantom out of the active and put that Wobbuffet into the active position. So we can Shaman and draw 5. We play 2 Floatstones in there. And we don't see a single one. I'm just going to Ultra Ball away. Lysander and the Psychic Energy, grab another Phantom, because then next turn I can get 2 Trevenant down, which is really nice. And if I draw into a Psychic Energy, I don't think we're necessarily in a bad position right now. I got the VS Seeker for next turn. My board could be a bit better. I don't really like playing so many things down to 2 Shamans as well in the Night March match. That kind of hurts. But we'll have to see, well, does my opponent even have anything to respond with? They've got the double colors, but do they have the things to get the Hex and everything? Because ideally they'd like to set up themselves in a position where they can just chain Hex Maniac. Otherwise they will lose just to being not able to deal with Trevenant. So they are actually going to be discarding Sycamore, meaning they probably don't have the best hand. They might be looking at a VS Seeker. Maybe even a Shaman could be dropped right now. Oh, they're going to Night March for 40, so their hand is not very good. And we're in a pretty nice position now, because we can go Trevenant. This is kind of a risky move, what I'm going to do. But honestly, it could set me up for a potential... my opponent concedes anyway. I was going to VS Seeker, get the Wally, and then attach and then hit 30-30, and if they didn't have anything to respond, I would have won the next turn. We'll play one more game with this Trevenant Break deck. Games tend to go pretty quick. So we'll give it one more shot. It's been pretty good so far. Let's see how we go. Alright, here we go. See, Grass Psychic. So this is probably Vespi Plume. As I explained earlier, we do have somewhat of an advantage of this, especially if we're going first. We do have access to Wobbuffet as well, which is nice. That's really our MVP for this deck. Going against Vespi Plume is using Wobbuffet just to stop them from item locking, stop them from using Shamans, just stop them from really getting everything set up. That is if we're going second. If we're going first, we just want to try an item lock as soon as possible. So right now, PTC2 was taking forever to connect then. We win the flip though, so we're going to go first, which means we're probably going to be in a better position than my opponent is. Especially if we can get first turn Wally into a Trevenant. That's likely not going to happen with this. My opponent concedes. You know what? I think I'll just leave it at that. I think this video stretched on too long to play another game, so there was a minute game for you. So yeah, Trevenant Break is really strong. I think it's definitely got its place in the meta. I don't think it's a top tier deck. It's definitely a deck you could expect to appear at major tournaments, possibly even make top 8 depending on the list and how they run that day. But as you've seen, it can be very tough to get everything you need with this deck and have the first turn set up. That's why I think Vileplume is a bit faster with that, just because it's got access to Forest of Giant players, doesn't need to use its supporter to get it out. But also, this deck kind of does have the advantage over Vileplume just by using Wobbuffet. But I think overall, the best item lock card is still Seismitoad after all this time. Seismitoad is still very strong. But anyway, that was Trevenant Break Wobbuffet. I really enjoy playing the deck, but I don't think it's something that I'm going to pick up for a major tournament try out and everything, but I thought I'd profile it on here anyway. Thank you guys for watching as always. If you enjoyed, be sure to subscribe, like the video, and like us on Facebook as well. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video.